Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, accompanied by Queen Taylor, and this week we're reacting to weird British idioms, and this is the winner of our Patreon spin the wheel request selector thing that we're doing.
And I'm really excited because as soon as I saw this one on there, I was like, that will be a very fun one.
Yes.
So it was a pleasant surprise that it was chosen. And I didn't rig it. You guys saw it.
Yeah, we did
were
it
on our live.
Yeah, we did this live. This is something we're testing out to give Patreon members opportunity to get their requests selected and for us to watch them. It's just overall a great system. And this is one of those videos. So if you guys are interested in that, go check out our collaborative playlist on Patreon. This is a selfless plug, but I mean, if that's one way you want us to watch your favorite video.
Yeah, if you've got a request, pop on over, stick them in the right playlist. Every week we'll spin the wheel. It's lots of fun.
It's lots of fun. So check us out on Patreon at Killermcknight. But anyways,
check it out.
Let's hop on over the video.
And let's check it out.
See, look, it says it right here. Patreon members, educational playlist. Could be you.
We're a smutty people, clearly. Don't think we're prudes. We just love talking about butts and balls. Sure, I've said that.
What?
Whoa.
British English is the version of the language that I, and on the whole my fellow country people, speak here on these islands. It's a version of English which, while similar to other varieties found around the globe, has some things unique to it, from words to spellings to pronunciations. One area in which British English can be rather unique is with the idioms that bless this language. British English is full to the brim with phrases and sayings that can be found here and not heard all that much in other parts of the world, like the United States, an example. To me, the phrases I'm about to share are easily understood, but for others who haven't spent all their lives in this nook of the world, they might come off as just a little weird sounding. So for those who don't speak British English, let's take a look at some of these distinctly British idioms. What they
Yay.
So real quick, yay, I'm excited too. We just watched one of his videos with the UK names explained, and he had that like little cutout version of him. And it's
that was
weird.
Him?
Yeah, that was him. That was the same channel.
I did not even realize that.
I know, blowing my mind right now. And so
interesting.
I'm like, I'm putting a face to the voice.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
Do you feel, I know in that video you said that sometimes you have a hard time understanding him because of his accent. Do you feel like now that you can see him and like see his mouth moving, you are having less difficult of a time doing that?
Maybe.
Okay.
We're only a minute in.
Play it out. Let's
play it out. We'll put a pin in it.
Okay.
We'll see it. Yeah.
Mean and where they come from. Also, before we begin, I think these are British idioms. From my research, I get the impression that the ones I've chosen are primarily used here, but they also may be found in the wider world. I think there might be a lot of crossover with Australia and New Zealand as well. But if you have heard any of these that aren't from the UK, let me know down below. Like maybe you heard them in a British TV show or something, or maybe they are just common in other parts of the world and the internet is lying to me. Surely not, the internet doesn't lie, right? But why don't we kick things off with the phrase, the hair of the dog? This is something said in relation to alcohol and the day after you've had a little bit too much to drink. Some people, after a particularly boozy night, feel the best way to get over a hangover is to have a little bit more to drink. It's this post-hangover drink that is commonly referred to as the hair of the dog. This is one of those things deeply ingrained in me, probably because I've had the hair of the dog a tad too many times, but anyway.
What? You had the hair of the dog? You've heard of that phrase before?
Yeah, have you not?
No. I think it's the weirdest phrase I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, I don't know why. It's like how it came about, but it's definitely a saying here.
How do you say it in a sentence? I've never heard of that, and I'm from the South.
I'm pretty sure you have. You, especially as a whiskey drinker.
Nope. Not kidding. Never in my life.
That really surprises me. Maybe it's a Midwest thing then, because I've definitely heard it. I've said it. I have friends that have said it. You know, after a night of too much drinking and far too into the morning, the next day you're like,
So is the hair of the dog the hangover after drink?
Basically, yeah. You got to drink to somehow make yourself feel better.
Oh, that's dumb.
I'm really surprised you haven't heard it. Well, it is an expression here.
It's silly, and I hate it. I don't want to drink
hopefully
the hair
he'll
of the
explain
dog.
how the name came about.
When you think about it, it is super weird. What has the hair of a dog got to do with drinking more after already drinking way too much, right? Well, this phrase is a shortened form of some archaic medical advice. The full phrase is the hair of the dog that bites you, and it was used in relation to treating someone with rabies. In the past, people used to think that if you got bitten by a rabid dog, the best cure was applying the hair from that dog into the bite wound. Obviously, this doesn't actually work, and thankfully, we have actual rabies shots today to deal with it. Though, if you do get bitten by a rabid dog, I don't know, don't put their hair in there. That's not actual medical advice.
In.
Can you imagine, like, back then, though? Like, people were getting, like, that snake oil shit, and they were like, put the hair, rub some dirt in it. That's probably where we get the rub some dirt in it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The sorts of things they did.
Put the hair of the dog. Or bloodletting. Bloodletting was a thing. Like, when people were, like, really sick, they would, like, cut their arms and just bloodlet. They would bloodlet. They would, you know, bloodlet.
Bloodlet. Bloodlet.
It's
Okay.
a real thing.
Bloodlet.
That's hard to get out. But it's easy to see, however, how this term got applied to drinking after a hangover. It has that whole fighting fire with fire kind of vibe going on with it. Like, bit by a rabid dog, more of its hair. Already really hungover, drink more beer. Like,
Yeah.
it all kind of applies to the same thing, right?
It's
A
silly.
term you may also think relates to alcohol is the British idiom of bottle it. This means to lose your
bottle
nerve in
it.
a certain situation. For example, if you're going to jump off the highest diving board at the
Biffed it.
swimming pool, but back out at the very last minute, someone might say that you've completely bottled it. There's multiple theories as to where this one comes
So I thought bottle it meant like
Save it for later.
like shut your mouth.
Bottle it.
Bottle it. Like shut your trap. Yeah.
Bottle
I'm
it.
just gonna take guesses at what these mean before he says because that
he's
somehow
gonna
significantly
explain
made
it.
it more fun. Yeah, like can it. You know, like can it.
Can it.
That's an expression.
Can it.
Can it.
Yeah.
Bottle it. Yeah.
Oh, bottle it. I always thought bottle it was like save it for later or something. Like,
Like,
I'm going to
oh, like
bottle
you're
this
bottled up?
conversation. Yeah.
I don't think you say that though. I don't think you say I'm gonna bottle this conversation. I don't think that's a thing.
I don't know. I was just trying to put something out
but
there.
I feel like
in the
people
universe.
bottle up their
emotions.
emotions and stuff. So yeah,
I
save that
bottle
for
it up.
later, and then it's gonna explode. Shake it up real nice and
from, but the most popular theory is that it comes from our good friend of Cockney rhyming slang. We all know what Cockney
Cockney,
rhyming
you're
slang is,
right.
right? We have a whole video about it.
No,
The
we're gonna
basic
watch
mechanic of Cockney rhyming slang is you take a phrase that rhymes with what you want to say, but then remove the rhyming part. In this case, the original phrase was bottle and glass. The glass part rhymes with a word for your behind, shall we say, glass. I'm sure you could figure it out. But this all has the implication of being cowardly, like, no, butts just seen as being cowardly, which... that's not entirely fair. Butts are brave. We like brave butts here, but tangent aside. From here, the glass part was removed and we just had bottle, which gave us this term. So that went on a weird butt tangent. We don't talk about butts too much here on Name Explain, but that's probably for the best. Before we continue, I'd like to briefly talk about Patreon and Super Thanks. Patreon is the best way to financially support Name Explain, and donating just...
he's got a beanbag butt, as that was pointed out when we opened this. So he was talking about butts, and I was just squishing his
Gosh.
beanbag butt.
Oh.
Okay. Give it back to me.
He's a bit of an animal, that one.
Let's go.
$1 a month gets you ad-free videos, the chance to say what names I'd explain, an exclusive monthly newsletter, and your name at the end of these videos. All of that can be found at patreon.com/nameexplain, which will be linked down below. Conversely, if you want to just make a one-time donation, you can leave a super thanks directly in the comments section of any of my videos here on YouTube. They help out tremendously too. Thank you.
Yes.
But anyway, we have another phrase from Cockney rhyming slang, that being cream crackered. This has nothing to do with actual crackers.
I've heard about this one before.
Have you?
Yeah. Cream crackered.
What's it mean?
Well, there's a dirty website that you go to.
It sounds
and
dirty.
you just go to cream crackered.
That's what I said. Ugh.
And I think it has to do with like
Cream pies.
yeah. How did you know about that? Yeah, I was trying to explain it. Wow.
I don't feel like that's what this is about, but
That's
it sounds
exactly what it
dirty.
is.
Uh,
Yeah, it's crackered. Just by some
by some really white people.
by some real white guys. We need to go to church this Sunday.
Gosh, props. Yeah.
Gosh.
Not gonna happen though.
I'm sorry, Lord.
Okay, push go.
But instead it used to mean you were extremely tired. Like if you had a really
No.
busy day at work and you just like blob out on the sofa, you could say you're cream crackered.
I'm not.
What's
I'll never
interesting with
say
this
that in
one
my
is that
life.
unlike other Cockney phrases, the rhyming part hasn't actually been removed here. The crackered part is simply a rhyme of another word meaning you are tired. Knackered.
Knackered.
This poses
Just
another
say
issue
knackered.
though. As far as I'm aware, knackered meaning tired isn't too commonly heard outside of the UK. So
Okay, just from knowing people from the UK and talking to people, obviously we've heard that before. I love that word. I have started sprinkling it in a little bit sometimes. I'm like, I'm absolutely knackered. I love it. But you will not ever catch me saying,
Please never say
Cream
cream pies
crackered.
ever again. Never again. I just realized it. The internet's going to take this. Oh, shit.
We're talking about the snack. Comes in a box.
Stop.
No. That was good.
this is a British idiom built on a British term. There's a lot of
It literally does.
Hold on. So, cream pies
Hmm.
come as a snack. And they come in a box. Are you happy with yourself right now? I know you are. That's why you're laughing so much. Because of all the innuendos. This is the internet we're talking
That
about.
was funny.
Oh, God. Oh.
important form of some archaic medical advice. The full phrase is
Oh, no.
the hair of the dog that bites you.
Uh-oh.
And it was a
I took it down and then it took me out.
You gotta go more.
We were like right there.
No,
just
this is
hat
bottom
bottle,
butts.
which gave us this term. So that went on a weird butt
No,
tangent.
give it.
We don't talk about butts too much here on Name Explain,
over
but
here.
that's probably for the best. Cream crackered. This has nothing to do with actual crackers, but instead it
killing me,
used to mean you were
Smalls.
extremely tired. Like if you had a really busy day
Okay.
at work
Just
and you just
listen
like
to it. Yeah, it's
blob
not
out
fun.
on the sofa, you could say you're cream crackered. What's interesting with this one is that unlike other Cockney phrases, the rhyming part hasn't actually been removed here. The crackered part is simply a rhyme of another word meaning you are tired. Knackered. This poses another issue though. As far as I'm aware, knackered meaning tired isn't too commonly heard
Stop
outside of
looking
the UK. So this is a British idiom built on a British term. There's a lot of it's just British all the way down with this one. But knackered simply means tired, but also has wider usage too. It can mean something is broken, like my computer is knackered or something. Not that my computer is knackered. My computer is just fine, I think. I should check that. But anyway, both of these terms come from the same origin and also
Oh,
have
you
relation to
cringy
dead
boy, you.
animals. In the
You
past, a
cringy
knacker
boy.
was a person who would remove dead farm animals like horses and pigs and take them to the knacker's
Oh.
yard to do, I don't know, all kinds of stuff you do with dead animals. I don't know, but yeah, not fun. But, or maybe it's fun, I don't know. People eat animals. I'm vegetarian, so I find it gross. It's easy to see how this
Another
word, which was
tangent.
heavily related to dead animals, came to mean something that was broken or so tired that it was pretty much dead. Knackers is also British slang for the male reproductive organs, shall we say. Gosh, I've talked about butts and the other side in this video already. Us Brits,
The other side.
we're a smutty people, clearly. Don't think we're prudes, we just love talking about butts and balls.
We're
Sure, I
smutty
said that.
people.
I don't know,
Butts
but
and
we'll be fine.
nuts.
But how they ended up with being a name for that, however, it's a bit out of the range for this video, so let's move on. Full of beans is a really fun phrase. It simply means someone is full of energy. Like a dog running around like a maniac would be described as being full of.
So I've heard of full of beans before.
I was gonna say like piss and vinegar. That's what it makes
Yeah.
me think of.
Piss and vinegar, but you're full of beans means you're full of shit. Like it's like you're full of, like when someone's lying or fibbing, I'll say, they'll be like, "Oh, you're full of beans. Knock it off, kid." Yeah,
I've never heard that
that's
before.
how my grandmother used it. You're full of beans.
Hmm.
Like you're full of it, basically.
Well, in Italy, it means something different than it does in
What does it mean in Italy?
England. You're full of shit.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I
it doesn't
realized
mean that here.
as
It
soon
means
as
full
you
of
said
energy.
What does it mean in Italy? It was referring to my grandmother.
Yes.
I was like, "Oh."
I'm like you just said.
Well, you're giving me agita right now. Okay.
Huh?
Agita. It's an Italian word for like grief. You're giving me good grief.
Okay.
You're frustrating me.
Oh, good.
Agita.
Okay.
No.
Am I really winding you up?
You got the zingers today. That's great.
Beans. In this phrase, the word beans is used as a replacement for energy in general. This probably comes from the fact that beans of various kinds are a staple of people's diets and a great source of energy. Meaning if you ate a boatload of beans, you'd probably have ample energy for the day. I also really like the idea that the beans in this idiom relate to coffee beans, which would be fitting as coffee is something very much linked with giving people energy too. Well,
What?
I didn't say a word.
Oh, I thought you were giving me the trigger finger to pause it.
No. I was getting my hand ready to go over here in case the next one came and I wanted to guess what it was.
Oh.
And I saw you reaching for it and I was doing this. No. Like, no. Don't pause.
to coffee beans, which would be fitting as coffee is something
Can't
very
do
much
that.
linked with giving people energy too. Well, maybe not so much energy, just keeping people going. I don't drink coffee either. I'm vegetarian, I don't drink coffee. I'm very boring. Finally, we have that idiom of take the biscuit. Now,
Ooh.
biscuit
What's that mean? You win. What do you think it means? Like you win something. Take the biscuit.
That's a dumb one.
I don't know. That's probably wrong. What do you think it means?
Take the biscuit.
Yeah. Family channel.
is something I do definitely eat.
Okay.
Don't worry about that, guys. But this means that someone has really annoyed you. Similar to Final Straw, an example. Like, if you found out someone who'd been getting on your nerves for some time had actually been saying really mean things about you behind your back, you could say that really takes the biscuit. This one most likely comes from the idea of stealing an actual biscuit off of someone, especially if it's the final one. Here in the UK, we are fiercely protective of our blood biscuits, and it can be pretty annoying when someone takes the last one
Blood
from you.
biscuits?
Of course, in all of this, I mean the dunking kind of biscuit, the kind you dunk in your tea, not the salty scone kind of biscuits found in the US.
biscotti.
Though, when I last went to the US, I ate a boatload of those kinds of biscuits at like southern food restaurants.
And you loved them,
sausage
didn't
gravy. I wasn't vegetarian then, clearly, because in America. Oh, I've been going on about being vegetarian this entire video. I just casually admit I had sausage gravy. I'm the worst, but they're really tasty. Oh man, I just outed myself there as a bad vegetarian. Sorry, everyone. But by now, you should all be well on your way to talking like a proper British person. Even I don't sound like a proper British person when I do a British accent. Oh dear. But let me know about any other interesting British idioms I might have missed out on. And of course, please share the topic down below, which we could cover in next Monday's Name Explain video. It could be about literally anything, and the topic could be as niche or broad as you like. I will then choose 3 of those topics and place them in a poll for my patrons to vote on. Then the winner from that poll will be the topic covered in next Monday's Name Explain video. You can vote in that poll, as well as enjoy many other great benefits by visiting patreon.com/Name Explain, which will be linked down below, and by donating just $1 a month. Thank you. Anyway, that's more than enough for myself, but don't forget to go follow me on Instagram where I'm Name Explain YT, and don't forget to join the Facebook page, Friends of Name Explain, where you can chat with myself and many other name nerds. Okay all, take care.
Take care,
How are
mate.
we looking? Yeah. All good. Yeah. Should we record a video about weird English word, British idioms? Oh, that's a big paragraph. Might split that a little bit. Cool. Okay, let's go. Phrases
Are we
and sayings
watching this
can
whole
only
thing?
really be heard
Are we doing
from.
the bloopers?
Did it like multiple takes at the end? Was a person who would remove dead arm.
It's 30 more seconds.
Yeah, we could give him 30 more seconds. I like this guy. I like
Yeah.
this guy a lot.
Hold on, before you go though, because I thought it was going to end, so I was canning it for the last bit, but I will
Okay.
forget in 30 more seconds.
Go ahead.
When he was talking about his Patreon and how he's got those 3 different ones and he does the thing.
The votes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I noticed one of them was squash and it said the sport and veg.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we went to the Renaissance Fair
Yes.
and those people grabbed me and they're like, come play a game of squash? And I was like, I don't know how to do that. And they're like, it's fine, we'll explain it to you. And they literally just gave me and the other people that were playing a squash and just had us throw them. That's obviously not the actual sport, but do you remember that? They just had us throw them in this ring and there was people that were jumping in trying to swat him away, and whoever's squash got the closest to whatever, however they even decided it. I don't know. Do you remember that?
That's a riveting game. No, I have no idea.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember it. What was I doing?
You were watching, apparently not
Sorry,
very
yeah.
well with your
Was I
eyes open,
watching?
but you were sleeping, I guess.
Yeah. Potentially.
Wow.
I don't
All
remember.
right.
that.
I won it too.
Did you?
I did, and you didn't even know, I guess.
I remember the Colorado one
Mm-hmm.
that we went to like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's not that long ago.
I remember very little from that. I remember my feet hurting from walking.
Mm.
I remember us being dressed up, and I had one of those like fake horns
Mm-hmm.
around my belt, and it kept taking my pants down.
And it was very, very, very hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't really like thinking about that misery.
All right, I see. Let's continue on with this.
Just outed myself. There's a bad vegetarian. Sorry, everyone.
He is a bad vegetarian. Do we want to continue?
Yes.
Okay.
That was silly of me.
I
But
can't
oh
help
well. Sorry, Amber. I know you're vegan, so yeah. Sorry about that. Let's
Who are you
go.
talking to?
Page friends of name explained. We can. Oh, sorry. You know, I didn't quite burp, but like, so that's really gross. You know, you gotta like just build up. Deep breath. Okay, all. Take care. Maybe I should end this in a more British way. What's a British way of saying goodbye? Toodaloo, toodle pip, something like that.
Toodle
I don't
pip.
know. We normally just go bye.
Boy.
Toodle pip. Can we start signing off like that from now on?
Yeah, toodle
We're not
pip.
going to say bye. We're going to say toodle pip.
Toodle pips. I don't know. I like the buys.
Yeah.
So the bloopers is what you would see someone who does a script.
Yeah.
Script reading.
That's definitely scripting. Ooh, we have to do that one next.
The Marmite.
Yeah,
That sounds disgusting.
it does.
I know you guys can't see it.
You
we
don't
showed
hate
a little
it.
bit.
You'll love it.
Yeah. So
Haters try Marmite hypnosis.
Gross. Stop it, please. Everybody stop.
I'm sorry.
yeah, let's get back to this video. The one we just did about the British idioms.
You've obviously practiced that too much.
All right. So what did you think of the top British idioms that we've learned the best?
I thought it was really fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was really excited to do this video, and yeah, it didn't disappoint me at all.
You really take the biscuit.
Definitely guessed majority of those wrong, but that was fun. Also guessing them.
It was fun. Is there any that you would see yourself like saying in real life?
I mean, knackered for sure.
Knackered. Yeah.
Um,
Not cream crackered
I will never say cream crackered
ever again in your life. It'll never happen.
I mean, if you hated it, then I'll
Yeah.
definitely slide it in from time
Nope.
to time.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I feel like I like some British idioms. So I know there's a lot more out there. There's expressions that I've heard people in our comments say before that I'm always like, I love that. Gotta remember it.
Yeah.
This is not a steel trap mind that remembers anything.
I actually think like I'm surprised that the list wasn't longer.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe there's part 2, part 3 to this.
I hope so.
I hope that like his video, there's like a bunch of people that left comments like, hey, you forgot this one. What
Yeah.
about this one? And maybe there is a part 2 or he'll do one.
Please link it if there is one that you know of.
Yeah. I definitely think because there's things that I've heard in America that I'm like, we didn't make that up. Like piss
Yeah.
and vinegar. Like I'm pretty sure that's an Italian thing.
And it is really fun learning where expressions came from. How did they get their
Yeah.
name? Like bite the bullet, for example. So it's cool
That
finding
was-
that out.
definitely a Western thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think it's like from way back in the war,
Yeah.
they didn't have, obviously things that we have today, like morphine and stuff like that. So they would literally say your leg was
Cut
ripped
off.
open. You would have them literally bite down on a bullet for the pain.
Yeah.
And that's how it came about. I'm 99% sure about that.
And then there's just so many different phrases they're like that have morphed over the generations and
Mhm.
over the years that like maybe have meant one thing, like the dog of the hair that just kind of like morphed into this. Is that not the
Hair
word?
of the dog.
The hair of the dog? What did I say?
The dog of the hair.
That's how it started out.
Mm.
That's how it was. It was the dog of the hair or the hair. Like the hare is a rabbit and the dog was chasing the rabbit. I'm just trying to bullshit my way out of this conversation.
Yeah, you're doing a real good job.
But anyways, you guys, that was a long video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave down in the comments what you thought. And make sure you guys check out Name Explained. We love this guy.
Mhm.
This is only the second video we've watched of his, and it's fabulous. Like, really support him. Check him out. He's a little handsome fella.
Oh,
Yeah, I like
simping.
his hair. I am simping. He's got a full head of hair. Thick hair.
Well, don't. Okay.
I appreciate
This is
that.
getting weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
You want to cream cracker him?
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. That was a quick send off.
Toodles. Toodle teep.
Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Yeah.